But anyway, like I said, this is where, you know what I mean? Doc Doom came first, and Doc Doom came, and we was already doing it down. We had freestyle sessions, crazy bananas going up in there. We equals to practice. Like every day was like a job, freestyling, serving, and freestyling. You know what I mean? Freestyling was a job, just falling off seals. We knew we wasn't the best rappers. We knew we was the hardest workers around. You know what I mean? So this is what we did it at. We used to write, freestyle, you know, for like 7 hours a day, every day here, man. And this is what we used to do. Cats just go around and get their product, serve, you know, when we was serving, you know what I mean, just the herbals. And then they used to see us rapping, and niggas that rap, niggas that didn't rap would sit down and just watch us for a while, you know what I mean? So we just, NorthStar came from all that too, you know what I mean? So at the same token, because the Doc Doom came, when he first came, he said we was getting down. He's one of the cats came to buy a sack. He's from the old school. He was so hip hop. He said, damn, that nigga's doing it right. So he's like, I know these cats around the way. That was Monthly Crisis. And he was like, they sick. He's like, they sick. So he's like, yo, we'll bring them through. Y'all should meet them, matter of fact. But we never would come over to meet them, you know what I mean? It's a group. And Meko was always busy doing his thing, you know what I mean? I was busy doing my thing. But I was just so hip hop. And them cats would never come over to us. But I was just so hip hop. I just said, get it, I'll go with you, Doc. So Doc took me one day to meet Crisis and Monk. We freestyled till it was, you know, purple in the tongue and weak in the knees. And then, bam, and I told Meko, man, we gotta meet these cats. They gotta come over here, we gotta link, man, because we all in the same city. We just blocks away doing it. It's two young cats. We should do it, you know what I mean? So Doc wanted everybody to get a group together. He was fighting for that, but he wanted to be a clique, but we just couldn't go with it, you know, everybody. We have been doing NorthStar for so long. Everybody knew, Doc knew, Crisis Monk knew. Everybody knew about NorthStar. This is the Black Language was even created. They knew about NorthStar, but the same token, one day, this dude walked up, you know what I mean? He came up and I would introduce him to Akil. Shout out to Akil, his brother named Akil. He's a light skinny cat, you know what I mean? You know, kind of chunky little but solid sized dude, you know what I mean? And he was with Akil, and you know, he was like, yo, this is Holocaust. I want y'all to meet him. He's sick. He brought him over one day, and he brought Holocaust, and he's like, he dropped him off. It's like once Holocaust came over, he never left. And I was like, oh, you ill? He's like, you ill? He was like, yeah, I got to spend the night. We ain't got no place to stay. I'm staying in a hotel. Oh, there go the couch right there. Have a seat. Get your blanket. You know what I mean? From there, he was in. You know what I mean? At one point in time, he wanted the other cliques to come together, and he wanted to be part of NorthStar for Black Nights and Surreal, and he asked me to look. I told him I really couldn't do it because we had just had two members that left our group. We was two, and then two dudes from the hood asked could they be part of our group. That was Jules, shout out to Jules and Reese. So they got a part of our group, you know what I mean? And so with Jules and Reese got a part of our group. Reese he knew Dr. Dre's brother-in-law, so he was with Dr. Dre's brother-in-law. We had an album on the streets, we was serving it, and then Dr. Dre's brother-in-law too. Dr. Dre's brother-in-law took it to Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre was like, yo, Ben, I want to sign you. And he was like, is that right? He said, well, I'm part of a group called NorthStar. And Dr. Dre was like, oh, you know what? I know about NorthStar, but I really don't want them because they really ain't really, you know, I don't think they got the sound for the radio. I'm looking for a radio sound. Reese used to rap about weed. That was more of his thing. Shout out to Reese. He's more of like a 100 head type dude. Me and Meko, we always was me and Meko. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna stay that way till the day we die. But other than that, he said, peace. He said that we wasn't really the radio material for him ready. So I'm not mad at that. Underground, where I'm at. You know what I mean? I love it. If I stay till the day I die, I'm gonna be underground. Like Wu-Tang is underground kings forever. Everybody knows that. We will remain that. If I just got to see to it, church. So like I said, Holocaust came through. I really didn't want to get him part of NorthStar because, like I said, I was so fearful at the time. I feel it was a mistake. If I look back on it now, I would let him join the crew. But I was so fearful at the time that he might come in, you know, and get the hood notoriety that we gave the last two cats, and then feed off that and leave, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Dr. Dre ended up not even signing that cat, Reese. You know, shout out to him, though. You know, Dr. Dre, I don't know why you do that, man. That's fucked up, Dre. You know that. That's Dre. You know that was fucked up, man. Anyways, we broke up the NorthStar group, so me and Meko we did our two NorthStar thing, and from there we let nobody ever enter the group, man, until we make it, you know what I mean? From there, yeah, maybe we might just let somebody into the group, because at least everybody gonna know, hey man, you work, pay dues for this, so here you have it, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this is where the supply started, man, you know what I mean? Doc Doom, Crisis, Monk, Holocaust, all under one roof. Yeah, so like I said, man, the kid brought this guy over, man. He was like fucking, was phenomenal when I met him, you know what I mean? And all the cats on the north side, I thought I was just unfuckable. When they brought this dude over, oh fuck, you know what I mean? Kill brought him over one day and he just never left, you know what I mean? So at the same time, I'm like, yo man, you got a spot here. And from there, you know what I mean, we just formed a big powerhouse, you know what I mean? We ended up calling it Black Knights of the NorthStar, who was the only true hip hop. I'm gonna introduce you to Warcloud, and then he gonna kick you down to where it took off from there. I'm gonna cut over his hand.
Yeah. Well, it's true that originally I was going to be part of I had come and I asked them to be part of the NorthStars. That's true, you know, but it didn't work out that way. You know, this is the Holocaust, the sign of hell's winter. You know, the robot tank, you know, the sign of hell's winter, and that's the truth. That's the reality. But yeah, being back on Plymouth Rock, the guy just shot the house up. We only had one gun in the house. And coming through bullets coming through the window, the front window, and I was sleeping on the couch. We had to go in the kitchen. There's no way out. We had to shoot back at him with a couple shots. Kapow, a couple shots to get him, scurry him away at night. And that was the place that we had left from when we went to meet the RZA at the Unity. See, Unity used to be the biggest thing. It was thrown by Bigger B, you know. Something happened, you know, he happened to get murdered, so I went to the Unis. But it was the biggest thing, you know, Bigger B used to throw, and we used to go down, everybody used to be there. We went down there, and we ended up getting called up on stage when we were in the crowd. You know, we ended up getting in front, you know, of the show, and we ended up getting, pulled up on stage. We went backstage and everything, and he asked for us to, the RZA, he asked for us to come back a couple days. They were doing. That's back when it used to be 92.3 The Beat, and they used to have the Wake Up Show, you know, and with Sway and Tech, and you know we had us come back to the Sway and Tech show and meet with them after the show, and everything was great, you know. I mean, you know,
yeah. He said everything was lovely, man. Like I said, one thing I got to give RZA credit for, if I got to give him credit for nothing else, he took us out of a bad situation, man. You know what I mean? The hip hop that we was doing, it had grown outside of Long Beach. It had to be expanded. So RZA definitely gave us a vehicle to express our talents to the world. And here you have Robot Tank, the Christ Bear, and you're gonna have us for the rest, the rest of your days to come. Like I said, nice to meet you. My name is God, aka Christ Bear. This is God, aka Robot Tank, Alcatraz. You know what I mean? He goes by many names, but you know who we are. At the same token, like I said, once we got signed on the Wu, RZA took us to Oakwoods. You know what I'm saying? And from the Oakwoods, we met Eminem up in there, a lot of superstars. You know what I mean? But at the same time, from there we spent a lot, like maybe 6 months in Oakwood. Then we went to Staten Island. You know what I mean? And Staten Island is where we really got the chance to see the home of hip hop. And it really broadened our minds, and it took us to another level, another degree. We met all our heroes, you know what I mean? Wu-Tang was like superheroes to us, you know what I mean? So at the same time, it's like we really, Allah blessed us to really meet our heroes, and from there, they gravitated us, and we gravitated to them, you know what I mean? And like I said, Holocaust can even expand on a little more of that, how that New York trip went and how, you know what I mean?
I mean, the Wu-Tang Clan, was really great. I mean, you had a lot of entities, you have like Raekwon the Chef, with the shark tooth and bite the tooth and write the manuscript and send it home, you know what I'm saying, and all that, who can forget all that if you're a fan of hip hop music, and, things of that nature,
Yeah.
But just.
Yeah, we got the album coming out July 22nd. Like I said, at the time, it happened. We went out there, you know what I mean? We was moving around with the Wu-Tang Clan. Holocaust, he's a 5% brother, you know what I mean? At the time, definitely, you know what I mean? He was definitely, more of a alike to the whole clan, I say. So when Holocaust came, they gravitated to him in a special way. I like that Holocaust video on Bobby Digital. But once we got there, we had a lot of creative differences. So me and Meko, you know what I mean? I personally opted to come back to Cali at the time. They stayed with RZA, you know what I mean? But to make a long story short, you know what I mean? You had a Black Knights and you had a NorthStar, because RZA actually seeing that our creative differences with, West Coast Killa Beez, how we was gonna come together. You know what I mean? But it was always gonna be two separate
There is
entities.
a sort of a scientist with his own containment unit. He kind of, you know, he does his own thing, and he has his own perspective of things, and you know, even though, I mean, you know, Shaolin, you know, I mean, it, you know, has different entities, you know, different deities as well. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
That's just, you know.
That's just how it goes. Like, you know what I'm saying? From there, you know, like I said, Black Knights went on to continue to do their thing. NorthStar went on to continue to do their thing. We was all West Coast Killa Beez.
You a lot better.
So obviously, you know, in the midst of us separating our groups, you know what I mean? And we
can see you better on this.
And them seeing that, hey, there's two entities inside this group. You know, we got a Black Knights, you got a NorthStar. So we came to realize, you know, we're gonna go do our thing. But after a while, he even seen more. He seen that even Warcloud was Alcatraz, aka, y'all know, you know what I'm saying, he was his own entity in itself. So at the time, Doc Doom, rest in peace be up on him. Doc had a vision for the Black Knights, you know what I mean? Holocaust had a vision for the Black Knights, you know what I mean? So therefore, I'm gonna let Holocaust explain his separation from the Black Knight and more detail, because like I said, it's more of his realm, so I'm gonna leave it in his hands.
Well, you know, it's just from a certain different curriculum, creative differences, I mean, things of that nature. You know, I mean, no real, shouldn't be any real animosity. You know, anything of that nature. You know, it's just, I mean, people they have their own aim, their own directive, their own objectives. You know, I mean, you know, their own simulation of how they go about things. So, you know, I mean, there's no hard feelings about anything, because, you know, you get a chance to go check us out, you know, check us out, you know. You know, like I said, you know, I mean, you know, we hope you enjoy, but like I said, I mean, me, myself, you know what I'm saying, and these guys, I mean, all of us, you know, for me personally as well, you know, so to speak, forwarding, it's, you know, I'm just happy we get a chance to do this, that we're able to get a chance to make music, you know, people buy it, you know, and things of that nature. I think I speak on the behalf
Shout out to the fans, man.
Yeah.
Much love, respect to the fans, you know. Big love, respect. You know what I mean? So like I said, you know, it's definitely no love lost. Like my brother said, you know, I'm just creative differences, man. There's some great minds in that one apartment on Plymouth Rock, which you seen earlier. Some great minds up in there. We did our thing, you know, like I said, we served what we had to serve. You know how the streets do. The streets didn't take us under, though. At the same time, we seen a way out, and now, you know, brothers, you know, we made something good, you know. We made something out of nothing, you know what I mean? So, like I said, man, here we have to where we are now. Y'all up to date, y'all know probably more about the situation than I do. Like I said, for a minute, I take a hiatus. My mom passed away. A lot of y'all know that, to know that. At the same time, here we are. We got an album that Holocaust blessed us with, his presence. At the time, like I said, Black Knights had their thing going. Holocaust was kind of floating around in between groups. So what he did at the time, you know, it was more of a positive vibe, I guess. If I had to speak, you know, maybe he could correct me on this, going with the NorthStar and the Black Knights at the same time. But whatever reason, he came through and blessed us with an album. So now you got the West Coast Killa Beez. You know what I mean? NorthStar presents West Coast Killa Beez, you know what I mean? So look out for that first single. It's going to be Bust Your Guns. It's going to the radios right now. You know what I'm saying? Look out for Robot Take. You know what I mean? He got mini albums for smuggling booze in the graveyard. You know what I'm saying? Go cop that. You know what I'm saying? You got Warcloud. Hit him with some of your, come on man, hit him with some of your shit. Let him know what to go pick up and what to go get. They ain't got it already. Go get it.
Everything else is sort of like a Christian stage, sign of hell winter, you know. And you know, I mean, Robot Take, the Holocaust, and all those things are the different stages of the Christianity. You know, I'm saying, the different genealogies that take place. You know, and we hope you guys enjoy it when you get a chance to listen to it. You know, when you get a chance to endeavor about it. You know, so you know,
One of the greatest MCs born.
One of the greatest MC boys. One thing I have to say too, I'm gonna let y'all fans know something if y'all know. One thing about this man right here, this Skarekrow. It's me, him. It's true, so you're gonna see a lot of him. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about this man right here, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's Robot Tank, aka Alcatraz, aka Warcloud, aka, you know, the list goes on. God. At the same token, these two, what they did for hip-hop in a lot of ways, I'm going to tell you, signs they don't even know. What they did, they took matters into their own hand with the Wu-Tang Clan. You know, Riz and the Wu-Tang, they had their own agenda, like Holocaust was speaking. Everybody got their own, you know, things they want to do, creative influence on the game they want to leave, legacies. At the same time, you know, Wu-Tang, you know, it was some things that was going on with them. So at the same time, we always had to play our position and just wait till Wu-Tang to give us the green light. At the same time, a lot of ways these brothers took the green light, man, because they came to a world you see now me part of, internet world, reaching out to the fans and those who, you know what I mean, the crowd that, you know, was waiting for them. They wanted to get, you know, they got their music out to the people that wanted their music desperately, and they didn't let nothing stop them, yo. So at the same time, I got to give, respect to these two dudes for doing what they did early on, and they years and said with the Skarekrow and the Warcloud connection. Big respect to the fans. Let me clap it up for y'all again one more time, man. Because I promise you, man, without y'all, I am nothing. Real talk, man. Peace, God. I love y'all. At the same token, like I said, these two dudes, when they came together and create, was very, very, very powerful. And it's a legacy that's going to stand the test of time. It's like you might look back at it like a Van Gogh or a Da Vinci or something years from now. I know it inspired me. God inspired y'all. They had to. So I'm gonna let these brothers give y'all a little history of what happened with their situation and what took place with their situation. Because I'm gonna tell you, their situation is left a legacy that is still not to be contested. So I'm gonna let them give you that.
I mean, the legacy and its greatness, you know, has expanded. It's been notarized. People like it, you know, and it always will be that, you know. I mean, sort of like a Hall of Fame. If you go to Cooperstown, New York, the Woods, the Baseball Hall of Fame, you know, if there ever could be a Hall of Fame, then, you know, which, you know, people make adaptations to, then, you know, it definitely has its place.
Believe that. Then we're gonna let Skarekrow expound on it a little bit and, you know, kick with
that was just
about the movement
like I said, created. I was a local producer from the hood, man. I met this guy through one of the great producers in my neighborhood, man. And we made a connection that, you know, like I said, we both workaholics, you know what I'm saying? And that's when we were both in our best habitat, you know what I'm saying? Working in the studio, trying to get something accomplished, you know what I'm saying? He definitely pushed me. He would show up at my house and get me up. Crow, let's go. And like I said, man, I'm just honored to be a part of this. I'm honored that, you know, outside people took in my people and helped add to our history, you know. I was a dancer at first, you know. I went on tour with Cypress Hill, Mellow Man Ace, the whole Cypress Hill original crew.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Back in 91, you know what I'm saying? They picked me up, took me out of high school, you know what I'm saying? And always give them respect. Shout out to the whole Cypress Hill family, you know what I'm saying?
That's right, Cypress Hill, Mellow.
Respect, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like I said, the Bulls, it was so fabulous and bigger than the environment that I'm just glad that Most High put them under the wing and said, you know what, we're going to take this and make something out of it and make sure some other heads outside of your environment hear what y'all doing. Because, you know, like I said, you know, we've been working hard for this. And every artist, you know what I'm saying, out here on the streets, they don't know how they're going to get it done, but they just go after work and hope that the door's open, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we've been doing, and we're going to stay doing. Shout out to my boy Spanky Hayes, you know what I'm saying, Young O, all my folks, you know what I'm saying, with the new missions, everybody that's down with us. And like I said, sky's the limit, and we got to live and live again, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Big ups and shout out to this king right here, Christ bearer.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what it is. So July 22nd, you got the NorthStar presents West Coast Killa Beez. Like I said, these brothers blessed me with their presence on the album. We got Skarekrow, you got Holocaust, aka Alcatraz, aka. So we doing this thing, man, big, and the West Coast Killa Beez is still in the building. So right now, I'm gonna leave you with this reality. So what's up, family?